Good evening and welcome to Kneecap Biting with Smokin Jeremy B. I'm the host and the only guy on tonight. So let's talk about what's been going on. Right now, I'm currently at 51 subscribers. So if you like the show, please go over to YouTube, subscribe, like, and share. You'll get notified anytime I go live or anytime I'm on, because pretty soon it's going to be on a lot more. That being said, Tim Boyle, Anzalone, CJ Moore, Sean Dion Hamilton, Evan Brown, and Jalen Elliott were all re-signed today. None of them were big, massive deals, thank God. I mean, Anzalone with his incentives can make up to $4 million. Tim Boyle is $2 million with 1.75 guaranteed for the year. I get it. I just don't like it. The big news, though, is Tracy Walker resigns a 3-year, $25 million total for the 3 years. Only $17 million is guaranteed, which means I bet his cap hit is way lower than that $8.3 million total. I bet you there's some bonuses and incentives in there like they're doing with everybody else. It's probably going to fall between that $6 and $6.5 million range is what I'm thinking. Maybe even less. Who knows? But he got a payday. He got a pay raise. Good for him. I'm going to go to my trusty fact guide here and find something to talk about. Who led the Lions in 2019 in receptions? And how many was it? Nobody's commenting tonight. This is weird. You guys usually jump right in when I do a trivia question. 2019 Lions receptions leader. And how many receptions did he have? Countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. The receptions leader for the Lions in 2019 was none other than the guy who did not get re-signed, Kenny Galore. Also, he was the league co-leader in touchdowns that year with 11. Wait, how many touchdowns did he have last year for the Giants? Oh, yeah, that's right. One less than Taylor Decker. 0. So the Lions were not quiet today, but they're just trying to get things done. Hopefully, the next signing we hear will be Marcus Williams, safety out of New Orleans. That's the one I'm waiting to hear. And at this point, I'm going to take a minute to talk about my gracious sponsor, TNT Auto Sales and A1 Tire at the corner of Euclid and Caucaulin in the old Didier's Body Shop here in Caucaulin. We also have a location on Broadway, and we have a look in Bay City and another one on Genesee and Saginaw. Come on in. Check us out. We have really good deals. Whether you want used tires or new, we got them both. So what do you guys think about the re-signings we did today? Any of them make you happy, sad, indifferent? I think most of it's depth fodder, other than Tracy Walker. He was kind of the must-have, according to Brad Holmes. We got Josh Reynolds and Tracy Walker, so we got 2 of his 3 guys done. The only one I'm waiting to hear about is Chris Harris. Or Charles Harris, excuse me. Wow, you guys are quiet tonight. Eerily quiet. It's disturbing. Well, we got Tim Boyle and Steven Montez still on the roster. Am I happy about it? Not at all. I didn't want Tim Boyle back. Tim Boyle throws the ball like Malik Willis. Not really, because slot / number 2 wide receivers already got $18 million by Galore. That's who set that market. Andrew Merklinger did. The Jags reset the market for wide receiver with the Kirk signing. And look at this. We got Eric Whitson hopping in. Hi, JB. How you doing there, Eric? So what do you guys think of the re-signings we did today? Are you happy? Sad? Meh? I'm happy with re-signing Walker. Because that's the key right there. If you look on that screen, it says $25 million total deal over the 3 years, and only $17 million is guaranteed. Mr. Scotty the Bear. What's up, Smokin' Jeremy B? I like the contract too. I'm waiting to see the final details, but with only $17 million guaranteed, that means it's probably going to fall just under that $6 million range. And I'm good with that. But with bringing Annalise and Tim Boyle back, I think they did that because they know that Tim Boyle is screwing the defense, so they had to bring Annalise to lube it up. I'm happy we keep Walker. Steve Bauer comes in and says, "What's up, JB?" I'm doing great, Steve. Good to hear from you. And I have the feeling that A-Rob is going to want 20 million plus. Yeah, that's right. The only move I want to see made now, and I'll be happy if that's it, is Marcus Williams for safety. We get him. Our defensive backfield is set. No need to draft a corner. Just draft a couple depth pieces for safety in the third round or later. Well, since no one was on, I don't know if you guys saw it, but I did ask the first question. It was, who was the receptions leader for the Lions, and how many receptions did he have in 2019? Yeah, I'm not asking that question because I'm waiting to see that he's gone. Hopefully we can trade back. You just don't know. All right. Next, do you guys have an answer for that 2019 receptions leader and touchdown leader on the team? Jacksonville did sign Kirk, and they gave him a massive 4 years, $84 million, which means his maximum he can make each year is $18 million after bonus and incentives. That's just crazy. Overall, I'm happy with the resigning. Yes, I am. So since no one wants to answer the trivia question, it was Kenny Galore, no longer a Lion, no longer catches no longer catches touchdowns either for the Giants because he had a big whopping one less than Taylor Decker. 0. Well, it was 65 receptions for Kenny Galladay. Yeah. And John Robinson pipes in and says, "Greetings, Smokin' Jeremy. One of the things I did see that made me happy on the NFL Network is that they said that the Lions are one of the leaders for talking to Marcus Williams. There is nothing that's been said about the Lions signing Robinson. They just said they've been talking to him. With Kirk getting $18 million, that means Robinson's going to be able to ask for $20+ million, and I don't see Brad Holmes doing that for a wide receiver. A guy that we could get for about $6 to $8 million, DJ Chark. I like that idea better because I'd rather spend the money on Marcus Williams. Fix that defense. Fix our safety backfield. You got Tracy Walker on one side, Marcus Williams on the other. We'd almost have a no-fly zone. And as far as the 2019 Lions, my next trivia question is, who was the offensive captains? Only one is still with the team. Taylor Decker was run John Robinson, so Andrew, no, Ragnall's not it. There is a wide receiver, and it wasn't Kenny Galladay. Keegan Eckert comes in and says, "Hey, JB, thanks for tuning in. The answers for the 3 offensive captains. One was already guessed by John Robinson. That was Taylor Decker. And that would be incorrect as well. It was Danny Amendola. And the other guy that's been our captain ever since 2014. Most passing yards in Lions history. Most passing touchdowns in Lions history. But yet 3rd in interceptions. Matthew Stafford. Yep, Taylor Decker, Danny Amendola, and Matthew Stafford were the offensive captains. Yes, sir, John Robinson. Yes, sir. Oh, new use guy. Todd Super Ginger, what's up? Well, how are you doing there, sir? Glad to see you hop on. Who else is in on Williams? I think anybody that knows that defense wins championships, you should be more excited. John Robinson, where's my prize? I think anybody who knows that defense wins championships, as far as the free agents that are out there, the one that makes the most sense is Marcus Williams. Well, John, I haven't been able to set up a prize yet because, well, funds are limited. But what I can do is keep doing Lions trivia so we can have fun during my show on Mondays because I like doing it. I like even finding out some of the stuff I found out. Do I get free airtime next time I'm in Bay City? Absolutely. I'll have you on the show if you're in town on the one of the nights I'm doing it. There has been some crazy signings. Look at J.C. Jackson. Todd Super Ginger comes in and says, good, man. Just enjoying the offseason so far. What do you think about the Walker sizing? And why are a crap load of Lions talking about Malik Willis? I don't get it. Absolutely. I am 100% on board with exactly what you said. The Walker signing, I think it's fantastic. 3 years, $25 million total as a max, with only 17 million guaranteed. That means he's making probably somewhere between 5.5 and 6.5 million a year. Excellent signing. Have we talked about the Bobby Wagner rumors about him coming to Detroit? No, because I heard that he's probably signing with Denver, is what they were just talking about on the NFL network before I hopped on here. Do I think the Lions sign anyone else tonight? I think they're going to hammer out the deals as long as they can, but the business day side of it is done. There might be an announce of a tentative agreement or something like that, but nobody outside of the Lions organization can be signed until the 16th. They got 2 days to talk to these guys to line up the deals. But we are the leader for Marcus Williams, and that's who I want. Out of everybody out there, Marcus Williams should be the number one target. I'm still in recovery from brain cancer, Jeremy. A Lions podcast brings me some happiness. Well, I'm glad I can do that. I mean, I love doing the live thing. I love interacting with my fans. I hope my fans appreciate it. And I want to address this one again with Todd Super Ginger here. The crap lot, a crap load of Lions fans are all talking about Malik Willis. You want to know what I think about Malik Willis? Malik Willis is a younger version of Tim Boyle. There, I said it. Legs of Lamar Jackson, brain by Mattel. So I want to see the comments. John Robinson, that's a great one. Malik Willis is Andre Ware or Keely Smith, depending on how you want to look at it. Yeah, somebody who was picked first overall but just never did anything. But by re-signing Tim Boyle, still having Steven Montez. Yeah, Bobby Wagner from Seattle. They were just talking about how Denver's close to wrapping up a deal with him. Marcus Williams makes so much sense, I think, because of the AG connection, and we have a great shot at getting him. Yes, because Alex Anzalone's been talking to him. Dan Campbell's been talking to him. Marcus Williams likes Dan Campbell already because he was there in NO as the assistant head coach. I think we have the best shot at getting him. Cannot wait till tomorrow night at midnight when the feed comes across of who's been released from the Lions. I want to see 2 names because then somebody that Steve Bauer said could come true. We all know Flowers is one of the ones being cut. I hope they say Michael Brockers because it saves $4 million off the cap, and then we go sign Sue. There's your vet leadership for the D line. Are we all in lockstep about Marcus Williams makes the best sense for most money to be spent this offseason? Because I do. I think that's 100%. should spend it on me. The only way I'm spending that kind of money on anybody other than myself. Sue and Williams would be great. Yes, it would. And then that leaves you enough money to sign like a cheap free agent wide receiver like DJ Shark. And if you can't get him, then you go for the speedy guy to replace Raymond because Raymond hasn't re-signed. So Andy Isabella? Just saying. So what do you guys think? What do you think we're going to do? I like Raymond. He's just short. I said, yeah, he is. Never said he wasn't. You know what? That is a very good point. Ben Johnson must think he can get along with QB coach and get the most out of Boyle after he was rushed in last year after he was out for over half a season. Well, he had to be because Blau started to be injured or whatever happened. I don't even know how he got hurt. That's all of a sudden he was on the injury report. I was like, how the hell do you get hurt when you didn't do anything? That signing that hurt the most was Campbell re-signing with the Packers. Yes, Williams, 100%. You get Williams with Walker. Only issue I have with Isabella is his height. I know. He was a third-round pick that got buried. Mickey Morissette, how you doing? I'm good. Glad to see you on here, Mickey. Probably video gaming. Andy Isabella can return punts. I'd like that signing. Absolutely, because Khalif Raymond was decent. Was very decent at kick returns, but his punt returns used to drive me nuts. It seems like 45% of the time he went to a knee before the ball got to him to catch it because he was out of position and had to lunge forward. So frustrating. And Mickey Morissette tells me thank you. Yes. So to go over, I'm kind of ecstatic for the depth position re-signings we've done, and very ecstatic. Well, that's because you haven't told me your name, because it says Facebook user on my end. Because if you don't you click the little link and allow StreamYard to use your name, it won't show it to me, so I don't know who you are. Oh. But that being said, we got Evan, we got CJ Moore. Oh, let me go back to that. What was that? Oh, that's not it. Oh, he was a second-round pick. And, yep, I agree with Raymond in returning punts. Which team paid the most in free agency so far? It's a toss-up between the Chargers and the Jags. That deal for J.C. Jackson going to the Chargers, I understand he's a great corner. But 5 years for $82.5 million? Did we sign an impact wide receiver? Yeah, we re-signed Josh Reynolds, but other than that, we haven't done anything. Geez, you don't see this in Madden. Chargers are making a super team. J.C. Jackson, Khalil Mack, Derwin James, and Bosa. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, it's Jason Bandy. What's up, Jason? So the guy that I'd want to replace Raymond with is either Barrios from the Jets, who was an amazing kick and punt returner this year, or Andy Isabella, because he can return punts. Those two make the sense out of the lower tiered lesser cost wide receivers. All right, due to requests, we're going to do the intro. All right. That make it better for you, Scotty the Bear? Charles Harris I have not heard one peep on what's going on with his talks or whatever. I'm glad we got the Tracy Walker deal, but I have not heard one thing about him. So if nothing gets done by tomorrow, I have the feeling he'll be hitting free agency. And just love it. Go Lions. Oh, that's awesome. How about the wide receiver from Jacksonville? Is he still available? Yes, DJ Shark is still available, and I think he could be had for $6 to $8 million because of his injury history, but he's finally been given a 100% clean bill of health. Packers fans are losing, thinking they can afford Adams after Kirk just boosted the market. And Harris can walk. He had one great year, and it didn't come on until the midseason. And part of that was because of the offensive change in how it was ran with Ben Johnson and Dan Campbell. The offense wasn't running off the field every 3 plays and was sustaining drives, which allowed the defense to get rest, which made Harris look better. And that also was about the same time that Levi Onwuzurike got off of the injured reserve and started playing again. All of that happened around that week 9, week 10 area. And DJ Shark would be a decent signing. I think he makes more sense than any of them. He'd be reasonably cheap. Brad and Dan brought back players they feel will be the top type of players they want to win with a great draft this year. Absolutely. I've said that all along. I trust in what Brad Holmes and Dan have as a vision. They've been in lockstep together the entire time. By the way, Lions fans, I'm going to give a shout out to some buddies of mine. They do memorabilia breaks. Amon-Ra St. Brown signed mini helmet. That came from LDA Breaks. You can find them on Facebook. Do you Julian Aquaria and Big H start? I don't know who Big H is. I think Julian Aquaria will probably. Did the Jets overpay for Barrios? What was that? 2 years and $12 million? A little bit. And yeah, Big Vitae is a starter. He will be starting. He's been a wideout the entire time. He's always played the outside. But oh no, let's not draft any offense. I didn't say not to draft any offense. I'm just saying to draft wide receiver. Well, Berrios, for what he did for the Jets, that's probably why he got what he's paid. The market that was set for the lower tier wide receivers by Kirk drove up his price. And Julian Okwara probably will be a situational pass rusher. That's why I think we're going to take probably 2 edge in this draft. And if they're good and towards the top rounds, like, God, I want to. Oh, not you, others in the group. I still think the first 2 picks should be defense. And then at that 34th pick, you take whatever the best wide receiver that has size and speed available right there. And when I say speed, I'm not talking 4.4. I'm not talking 4.5. I'm talking 4.3 or under. So the best one available at 34 technically should be Christian Watson. 6'4", 218 pounds, 4'3", 640, 77.5-inch wingspan, 9 3/4-inch hands, 11 foot 4-inch broad jump, 38.5-inch vertical. I mean, that's all the measurables you want for somebody that is 21 years old and probably could put. There isn't a lot of. Oh, this is a great question. Dar Erickson, I love it. If the Jags take Hutchinson at 1, who do you see us grabbing at 2? That's when you are probably going to see these O-line starved teams with multiple picks trying to move up. They have all said they want Evan Neal if he falls past 1. Everybody. Neal or Ekonwu, that's who they want. And we could get the first 3 rounders from the Texans, and next year's first is one I read for a rumor. Both the 4 and the 10 from the Jets. And I've even heard Atlanta tossing out crazy shit for it too. So, yeah, huge combine for Watson. It was, but I've been talking about Christian Watson since October or November. You absolutely agree with that there, Jason? I agree. I like it. You're in lockstep with me. This is getting scary. This medium max I have us kicking Kenny Smallhands Pickett at the 2nd pick are either genius or insane. I'm going to lean towards the latter. Kenny Pickett, while he had a decent workout in the combine, as far as the QB drills, he hasn't impressed me. Who has he faced in college? He wasn't good enough to beat Cincinnati to get the MAC. Ugh. Oh, yeah. The only way we trade back is if Jacksonville doesn't take O-line at 1. I certainly like the rumor about us grabbing Chandler Jones. So do I, but I don't see it. The guy I'm upset we didn't even talk to is Hassan Reddick. How the hell do you let a guy just run past you? He was the best one out there for edge that was in the free agency. 23.5 sacks, and you don't even talk to him? What college did Watson play for? Hopefully a big-time college program. It depends on what you consider big-time. It was an FCS school. It was North Dakota State University, the same one that Trey Lance came out of. And believe it or not, Christian Watson was a bigger part of why they won that game when that national championship with Trey Lance back in 2019. The top FCS school. Absolutely. The other guy that had a monster combine out of the FCS is Troy Anderson of Montana State University, 6'4", 242 pounds. He had a 10'6" broad jump. He had a 4.4 240 time. Fastest of all the linebackers. I think he did 24 bench reps as well. What I like about Troy Anderson is he has transitioned ever since high school slowly from offense to defense. Played defense primarily the last 2 years, and all of this year was nothing but defense. The guy was an All-American in high school at running back. Matt Corral at 2, let's fucking go. Somebody's been smoking the crack pipe just a little too hard. .242, that makes him a 3.4 pass rushing outside linebacker. Exactly what I was going for. 6'4", 242, that's perfect. That's a LFG right there. Yeah, I get excited talking about him. Best QB in a generation. Somebody is smoking major crack rock. Who is that saying this? Says Facebook user on my end. Before this Pope was made, you heard this sound. Oh. Man, I love talking football. So glad we have actual news to talk about. Who's the other big signings that were out there today? And you're wrong. Yep. Well, a lot of the guys went to the Jags. They're overpaying for everybody because that's what crappy teams. No. Galore, you mean Galladay? Because Galladay had no speed. He was a 4.5 guy. Watson ran a 4.36. What are you talking about, Joseph Host? Three plays and Logan Harrison comes in and says, yeah, I hear the Jags are going for Hutch. Yep, that's what I heard too. Bengals stealing Kappa from the Bucks. What are you talking about there, Dan Leonard? What is this referring to? I knew Diggs would go back to Seattle. I had a feeling he wasn't coming here. The Jags have been consistently a crappy team ever since they got into the league. They had one good year and they got rid of their quarterback the following year, which made no sense to me whatsoever. Jags are one of the four teams that's never been to a Super Bowl. There's that. But yeah, they did have the worst coaching in history. When I say you're a crappy team, if you're consistently picking in the top 10, just like the Lions, just like the Texans, just like Miami, just like that he was a cap casualty. They don't have a lot of cap room and they have a lot of spaces to fill on that team. Not Urban Meyer trumped any coach we ever had. Hands down. Let me explain why there, Dar Erickson. No Lions coach has ever kicked a player, especially a kicker, in the leg. No Lions coach have been caught finger banging a waitress, somebody that wasn't their wife, on a bar security camera. Just saying. I don't know. Tough between him and Patricia. Patricia made it 2.5 years, 2 2/3 years. Urban Meyer made it a third of a year. Urban Meyer wins for worst coach. Patricia was a close second. Absolutely. And right behind them was Rod Marinelli. And right behind them, for the Lions anyways, was Marty Morningwait. And right behind him, Scotty Bear, what do you think about Sam Howell in the second round at 34 if he falls to it? No. The top 8 guys that are QBs that everybody's talking about in this draft that went to the combine, they are some of the most overhyped guys, and it's all about potential. Sam Howell's accuracy went down this past season. And his name wasn't Ron, it was Rod. And I did say Marinelli was third. Fatty Patty is number 2. Yes. I rank Fatty Patty behind Rod Marinelli because the cupboards were pretty bare when Rod got here. All we had was Roy Williams. And then we got Calvin Johnson, but we didn't have a QB to throw to him. You had the big cheeseburger known as Dante Culpepper, Dan Orlovsky, Mr. Safety Boy. And who was the guy that started that year that threw the 7 picks? Dom DeRubis would know who I'm talking about right off the bat because it's a league record for most picks in a game. No, it wasn't John Kitna that game. That's not the game I was talking about. Is it Josh McCown that we had? Is that who threw all those interceptions in that game? If the Lions trade down, I'd like to see us get Walker in the end from Minnesota, then Anderson from Montana State. Yeah. Dan Davis. How's it going, Derby? Yeah, I'm doing great. There it was. Ty Detmer. That's who I was thinking of. Yes. Yes, that's him. 7 interceptions. Wasn't it versus Cleveland or was it versus Cincinnati? It was a horrible team that year. I wanted to see him grow out and throw 4 more because somebody's going to break that record eventually. Any new signings for the Lions that have been announced lately? Jeremy, you forgot Darryl Rogers and Tommy Hodspeth. Yeah, I agree. I still think the best interim coach that never got hired to stay long term, Gary Moeller. Took over that team when Bobby Ross quit on us and got them to the playoffs with Greg Hill as running back because Barry Sanders retired because he couldn't handle Bobby Ross's ass. Yep, it was against Cleveland. I was right. I did say it first. I said Cleveland or Cincinnati. Nope, so far, still waiting. And we probably will be, Andrew. Brad Holmes doesn't show his cards that fast. We're still working on Charles Harris. And John Robbins says, true on Moeller. And here's the thing. When we hired Bobby Ross, Barry Sanders asked Bill Jr., because that's the year he took over the team, He asked him, said, hey, hire Matt Millen as head coach because I would rather have him than anybody you've talked to so far. And they went ahead and hired Bobby Ross. But and it's in his book, Bobby Ross actually said to Barry Sanders, you're going to be our third down running back. Keegan Eckerd, Bills and Bengals are making moves to get over the hump. One of those teams are going to be a Super Bowl winning team soon. 1999 year, yes, we did. We were a wild card. We were just one and done. Lions made the playoffs 6 times in the 90s. Just like Quinn Trisha. And we ran the big buck out of town. Yep. $19.99 playoffs. Wild card Saturday, January 8th versus the Washington Redskins, and we got smoked. One of the things that we were known for, getting to the playoffs and not going any further. Only 1 year did we do good, and that was 1991. Looking at the box score right now, we lost. We were 8-8 that year. We had 2 scoring plays in that thing. One was a 5-yard pass from Gus Frerotte to Ron Rivers. You guys remember how we scored the other touchdown in that game in 99 versus Washington? Ooh, Uzma went to the Jets. That's huge. Not in 99. In 91, 44 ran all over us. In 99, it was Stephen Davis that ran all over us. In 99, our other score that we had in that game was a 94-yard blocked field goal return by Ron Rice. All too little, too late. The only playoff win since 1957 was in 91. I already said that. Wayne Fonts is the Brian Murray of football, but Wayne wasn't followed by a Hall of Fame coach. That is absolutely true. Well, guys, that's pretty much it for Kneecap Biting with Smokin' Jeremy B. I love you guys. Love the interaction. Thanks for coming in. Tune in next time. And don't forget, every day strive to be better than you were the day before, and we'll make the world a better place. One step at a